Are we starting Eduardo Rodriguez against the Yankees? Should you be picking up Josiah Gray? What is wrong with Garrett Cole? We're going to talk about all that and more today on Pitcher List Fantasy Baseball Update. Let's talk about baseball.
We say hello once again to our pal Nick Pollack. Nick, what's happening?
Here's an 0-2. Oh my God. Here's the payoff pitch. Oh! And there's strike three call.
What is happening? Welcome to today's Pitcher List Fantasy Baseball Update. My name is Nick Pollack, founder of Pitcher List. Go check out all the stuff we do at pitcherlist.com for all your fantasy baseball needs. Seriously, we cover absolutely everything. Rankings every single week, daily updates of everything, all these amazing articles. Just go and check it out. It's fantastic. And of course, I'm doing this live on Twitch every single morning at 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. But let's talk about yesterday's starters. So first is Josiah Gray against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Got the win, 5.1 innings, 1 earned run, 3 hits, 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts, 10 whiffs, 37% CSW here. And you're probably wondering, Nick, weren't you really in on Josiah Gray last year? And isn't this really him coming to form? Kind of. He had days last year of secondary pitches earning 10 whiffs alone. We didn't see that here. 6 whiffs on the curveball, which is really nice. But honestly, this is more of the Diamondbacks kind of being the Diamondbacks and less of the blossoming of Josiah Gray. I think if you pick him up in your fantasy leagues, you're going to see a lot of blowups still along the way. The fastball command is still kind of in question. The slider wasn't very good either. This was really the curveball pulling it together while the fastball just wasn't hit hard. Yeah, I would stay away from this one. Be cautious about Josiah Gray, but watch him from afar. What is going on with Garrett Cole? 1.2 innings yesterday, 2 earned runs, 1 hit, 5 walks. He walked 4 in that second inning against the Tigers with just 3 strikeouts. What is going on? This was a second inning that was super long for the Tigers, so actually for the Yankee batters in the top of the second. Then Cole, after this long break even, came out in the middle of the top of the second to toss to try and keep his arm alive. But he just didn't have his prime stuff. And really when Cole is at his best, it's when he's peppering fastballs confidently at the top of the zone and then using that slider down and into lefties or using it down and away to righties. I mean, that just wasn't there. He used curveballs a little bit more often than we would see. Changeups a lot. He wasn't in a groove, and guys were sitting on the fastball a ton in that inning, drawing out at bats. You know, that full count walk he had. There were multiple foul balls on that fastball at 3-2. It's a case, if you have him in your fantasy league, you're not going to get rid of Garrett Cole. You're not going to trade him away for something else at this point because it's cheaper than it would be. But 80 cents to the dollar. You don't want to do that. Over time, Cole will be better. Don't worry too much about this. But yeah, it's very painful watching him endure this right now. And speaking of disappointments, Framber Valdez went against the Angels in 4.1 innings of 6 earned runs, 8 hits, 4 walks, 3 Ks. So Framber Valdez had this really bad walk rate last year, and it wasn't there in the first start, but now it's kind of coming back. I think you're going to see this through the entire year. The one really good thing about Valdez is that he will constantly go over 80 pitches. Sometimes will even push 100 through the year. He would have gone longer in this one if he didn't walk 4 batters, then only go 4.1 innings here. But he had the pitch count intact, right? It was still 80 pitches in that time. I think that Framber Valdez, he's kind of finding pitch a little bit better than actually the line suggests. The Angels got to him for those hits. I think, honestly, if you have Framber Valdez at this point, you're holding on to him too. You're not going to drop him for something like your Tyler McGill, who didn't do well yesterday. You saw Alex Cobb actually go to the IL. We're running out of all these exciting arms to pick up, and you just got to hold on to Valdez, who will be a rock through the next 5 months of the season. He's just going through one of his rough patches right now. Sin start decisions for today. So we're going to talk about 3 guys. We're going to first talk about Michaelis going against Miami. He just had 7 strikeouts, and he didn't do well against Miami the first time around. But I think I like what I'm seeing right now from Michaelis. The defense didn't go his way last time. It's an elite defense behind him. I would imagine that Michaelis will get luck on his side this time, and maybe we'll see some of those strikeouts again. Maybe we'll get a strikeout inning once again. Michaelis is a start for me for the Cardinals. Another guy who's been getting a lot of attention lately is Merrill Kelly as he goes against the Washington Nationals. He's had 2 starts so far, and the last one wasn't as dominant as the first. He had 7 strikeouts in 4 innings against the Padres, and the last one not as great, but I still think that his changeup is good enough. His fastball command is right there, and the Nationals are not a team to be afraid of. So Merrill Kelly, to me, if he's still available in your leagues, you should be grabbing him, if not for this start, for the entire season at this point. It's just a sturdy 6-inning guy. It's kind of what we call a Toby, but he does have a little bit extra strikeout upside. Could be very exciting. I would definitely be starting Merrill Kelly tonight against the Nationals. And last but not least, Eduardo Rodriguez against the Yankees. This is a really tough call. Eduardo Rodriguez went to Detroit. We were all really excited about it. Maybe he's going to blossom and be the man that we want him to be now that he's removed from the Boston Red Sox defense outside of the AL East. But what has he done? He's faced a lot of AL East teams. And today, he faces the Yankees. Do you start Eduardo Rodriguez? Personally, if I have Erod, I'm not doing it. I think that his fastball is good, but the changeup and cutter and slider are just not quite what they need to be. It's a little risky at the moment, and I kind of want to see Eduardo Rodriguez have that definitive excellent start at this point against hopefully a worse opponent, even though the Yankees have been struggling to score runs. Very dangerous, could all of a sudden with one swing of the bat ruin your entire night. I think Erod is a play that I would rather have on my bench. If he does well, fantastic, then I'll feel more confident moving forward. All right, that is it for today. Leave comments below about who you want me to talk about tomorrow. But remember, of course, you should subscribe to this channel, hit the bell, all that fun stuff, so you don't miss a single one of these fantasy baseball updates. And, you got to get these before your lineups lock every single day. But that's going to do it for today. So my name is Nick Pollack, and may your BABIPs be low and your strikeouts high.
We say hello once again to our pal Nick Pollack. Nick, what's happening?
Here's an 0-2. Oh my God. Here's the payoff pitch. And there's strike three called. What a way to end the game.